So I get asked a question quite a bit, and that is basically how to get started. I've built several newsletters that have made lots of money, several websites that have done very well. I've sold them, I've had multiple exits. That's the quick kind of story of me and why anybody would ever ask me, hey, how do you get started? Well, it kind of I always give them the same answer is just get started, right? Like you are going to mess up, you're going to have to learn a lot, so just get started. And then I'm sitting here for like the seventh week in a row or something like that, um, setting up cameras and setting up this setup to try to make everything perfect so I can have my grand YouTube entrance. And I've been working on a script, which is over there, which you can't see, but I've been working on that, and it's cool. Like in my mind, it's really cool, but I get caught up in all these things, like from the lighting to what should I have in the background to do I find an editor or do I learn to edit? Do I read off of a script or do I ad lib like I'm trying to do right now? And I'm it just like right now, not right now, but about a minute ago, 2 minutes ago, I'm sitting here like, what are you doing? Like you literally tell hundreds of people to just get started because you're going to mess up and you're going to suck and it's going to be a grind. And then here I am overthinking everything and doing exactly the same thing. So this is my attempt at just starting. It doesn't matter how this video turns out. It doesn't matter if anybody watches it, but I'm starting, I'm getting better. Like you might have even noticed at the beginning of this, like I'm looking here because I see myself. So I want to like look at myself, not in a narcissistic way, but like just how we are, how we're wired. But the camera's here or the lens is here. So I'm getting better. I'm like looking at this. This is the best lighting I've figured out so far. And I just got done reading and watching videos on 3-point lighting and 4-point lighting and all this stuff. And it's like, people don't care about your lighting. They care about what you have to say. Um, I'm shooting this with my iPhone 14. My iPhone 16 is supposed to come at some point, and the port on my 14 doesn't work, so I can't charge it unless I use the MagSafe. But that also means I can't use my microphone that I bought. Um, so right now I have my microphone hooked to my laptop, which is over there, which is recording audio, hopefully, that I'll then put over top of this. But if it doesn't, then my iPhone is still picking up my voice, and that's totally fine. Because if you're watching this, you probably don't care if the audio is perfect or not. Now, do I want to improve the audio? Do I want to improve the production over time? Of course I do. That's what makes a great YouTuber. But people care about your message, they care about what you have to say. And I have been told, whether this is true or not, that I have a lot to say that's interesting through the past endeavors that I've things that I've taken on, the journeys, the lots and lots of stories. And I have so many thoughts at now 42 years old that I didn't have in my 20s when I was grinding super hard, or my 30s when I feel like was like basically what my maybe 20s would have been if I was less introverted. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. And again, it doesn't really matter because I'm just going to record this. I'm just going to speak and I'm going to get this out there because I just want to get started. I have been into video actually since high school. So I said I was 42. So we're talking whatever that is now, 25 years ago. Back when you had a big camcorder, I created a full backyard wrestling federation with my friends. Like I had scripts, I had everything. It was my passion. And whenever I discovered the power of the internet, which I'll do an entire video on my early days of discovering how to make $1 online and how I made that $5 and $10 all the way up to, I think, a record day of $26,000 in a day. And that was Christmas Eve 2013, which is weird. But my point is not about that right now. It's just about the fact that if you just stop overthinking things and you just get started, really cool things can happen. And you can even see here in the last 30 seconds, I got sidetracked. Now in a future video that will be edited out and I'll make it better, and I'm still looking over here, even though I should be looking here. These little things, but I just want to emphasize that is exactly, these are the moments where you learn, like this is how you get there. If you don't start, you never get there. And again, like going back to some of my previous things, I was young and like hungry, so I just dove in. I was like, I don't want to work 9 to 5 for the rest of my life, and I'm going to figure this out. And I was passionate about it, and now that's what I was getting at. Now that I'm a little bit older, I'm more philosophical about things. Like, okay, how did I get here? Like this all happened. In some ways, it felt like just a blink. Just felt like a blink between age 20 and 40 in having. I mean, I have a pretty blessed life from a financial standpoint. I'm not without my problems. I've lots of problems, lots of them up here. Some of that comes with success, which people don't really talk about because there's no money. There's really no money in talking about the ill effects of success. There's money in telling people like this video that you can do it, right? Like I'm here to motivate you, but I'm also trying to motivate myself because I do think creating cool stuff is very satisfying. And I want this channel to be, for the first time in my adult life anyway, I want to create this for myself. I want to create stuff I want to talk about and do, rather than build what maybe. I don't want to just tell you what I think you want to hear. I want to be real, which is easy because you don't. Being real is like the easiest thing in the world, but yet for some people the most difficult. You just be yourself, unless your true self is kind of that. Never mind. Getting off topic here. So I'm not going to ramble forever, but I am going to post this regardless of how it turns out. I don't care if it's cringe. I'll rewatch it, of course, make sure it actually worked. I'm going to have to try to put the audio over top of it. I'm probably going to have so much stage fright to post it, but I'm going to post it. It's just, this is going up. So I hope that whatever you're thinking about doing, you will join me in my journey here and get started. Just start. Whatever it is, just start. If you want to start a website, go buy the domain. If you want to start a podcast, just record something. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to hear your first one anyway. Maybe they will later if it takes off or something, but you know what I mean. So that's it. I'm going to wrap this up by looking into the camera here. It's actually really hot in this room too. These lights are deceptively hot. Again, I put way too much time into the behind the scenes stuff to get this perfect, only for my first video to be just me rambling into the camera through a mic that may or may not be picking stuff up. But I'm very excited to finally do this. And yeah, I have a lot of things that I want to create on this channel. A lot of things I want to talk about. A lot of things I want to highlight. Just a little teaser, I suppose. Not that I have the credibility here to really throw out a teaser, but one thing I reflect on all the time is how I was voted most shy my senior year of high school, and very introverted through my 20s. Still consider myself introverted, but I've learned to come out of that shell a little bit. But I've really learned how being an introvert is the reason why I was able to find success through not just, I used to think things were kind of like luck, but my personality traits that I always thought were a hindrance were actually my greatest asset. And that's kind of what I want my first video to be about. I guess my second video now. And I'm working on the script, but I don't know. Maybe I should just talk and not overthink it. So, okay, bye.